What is up, my Sabronis? My friend Cameron and Cameron's friend Mike. Mike is here. Mr. Mike Panamarczuk. From what I've heard, Marion legend. Scott's only other friend under the age of 50. As Scott says, you are here for a special reason. He said you are the NFL draft expert. So he said last week, and I said, let's get him on. We need somebody that knows what he's talking about around here draft wise, because I'm just an Ohio State homer and Scott only is good at college basketball. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
you're talking to a Hall of Famer here, pal.
Yeah, Hall of Famer.
Very excited to join you guys and talk about the draft. And I got some knowledge. I wouldn't say I'm the top person, but this will be interesting.
Well, I guess top person that we know. So that means something.
Yeah.
And you are a Dolphins fan. What made you a Dolphins fan, not like a Browns fan or Bengals fan around here?
Man, you talk about a decision you make as a kid that impacts the rest of your life.
Yeah, I know, right?
I really like Dan Marino, the colors. I like dolphins themselves as animals. I remember doing like a paper mache project in the third grade. So there's a lot of decisions. But obviously, man, if you're not the Browns, you think you'd find a more successful team. And we haven't won a playoff game since 2000.
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
There's been a long time for the Dolphins. It's like that bottom tier, like Browns, Jets, Dolphins. Bears were there for a little bit, but Caleb Williams, I mean, that game last year was electric, and it dug them out of a hole that they had been in for a while. Sorry, Scott.
Maybe Tua just needs to paint his fingernails.
Tua's gone, buddy.
Yeah, no more Tua.
Yeah, that's right.
He's got Malik now. He's got your boy.
Does Tua know that he's not there anymore?
Tua is now an Atlanta Falcon, and he has moved on. And so is a lot. Tyreek Hill's gone. This team's going to look different. So there's some optimism in the air, but Jalen Waddle, gone. I mean, the list goes on and on. Deacon Fitzpatrick, gone. We have just reset.
Cleaned house. Yeah.
Tank it for Jeremiah Smith next year. I would do it. I would. If my favorite team was near that bottom, I would do it.
He's going to be special.
Hey, before we begin, I got a pretty cool story. So this last weekend, Ohio State football, they put on their annual coaches clinic the Thursday before the spring game, and they always get some big name speaker. Jim Schwartz a few years ago, they had a round table a good number of years ago with Urban, Ryan Day, Jim Tressel, and John Cooper, and Kirk Herbstreit did what moderate. It was awesome. I mean, that was cool. This year, marquee speaker of the night, John Gruden. And I will tell you this, I've been able to watch some really cool coaches speak. I love listening to Ryan Day. Urban Meyer obviously was pretty cool. Even guys like Matt Campbell, I heard once. Even coaches I don't like so much, like PJ Fleck, when they get up there, you listen.
Throw them out! Throw them out!
There's some guys that you just like to listen to. I'll tell you what, I will never be more excited, more happy after listening to Coach talk to John Gruden. It was Patricia at first. Patricia was good. Arthur Smith gets up there. I'm not saying Arthur Smith's a bad coach or anything. I think he probably relates well to players, teaches the game well. But when it came to talking that night, it just wasn't great. John Gruden gets up there afterwards after Arthur Smith. No notes, no paper, nothing on the podium. Just him. He walks up. He's like, "You love football, man? Because I love football, man. I love people that love football." And just 55 minutes of just high energy, no notes. He's got his PowerPoint. He's clicking. He probably went through 300 slides. He probably had another 300 in the docket if you would have let him. I mean, it was just unreal. The most intense energy ever. He was funny too. Like just the things he would say. He said something along the lines of, "Hey, if you guys need anything, hit me up on Instagram. I'm on Instagram now at Barstool Gruden." He goes, "That's the only place I do messages anymore. I don't do email."
Why? What? Okay.
That's why he got fired. That was why he got fired from all his emails that week. Yeah. So he was funny too. He had a story about Al Davis.
Yeah,
maybe I can
that's
share some
right.
other
I
time.
forgot about that.
But he was cool, man. It was high intensity. You could tell the passion of the game, and 55 minutes wasn't enough. I would have sat there for 4 hours and listened to this dude talk. It was unreal. And then at the end, this is pretty cool. I didn't know this, and as a Gallion alum and Gallion coach, I didn't know this lore, but he's like, "I love high school football. High school football means a lot to me, especially in Ohio. My dad was a high school coach at Gallion, and he said some other school, but he said Gallion. I was like, whoa, this dude's got tiger blood in him." So
That's awesome. What a cool story, man. You know, talk about Super Bowl champ, a guy that knows football way more than the three of us could ever imagine. And what a cool experience.
I mean, he's got video up of like he's got games from college last year, just clips that he pulled up. He's picking on LSU. He must not like Brian Kelly much because he's like, what the hell is LSU doing here? He like just over and over. But he had clips from like the Raiders in 1998. He had clips from Tampa Bay when he was there. It was special. It was really cool. So I was really grateful to, not that I got awarded. I paid my dues to get to go. Almost got a picture with him. We were kind of close up, but just got to the point where the line was going to be a little too long. The wait was going to be long,
But did you coach his kid's soccer game?
You didn't coach Brady Quinn's soccer game either. You reffed it.
Sorry. Oh,
pal.
did you ref the soccer game?
No, but I messaged him on Instagram because he doesn't do email anymore. And guess what? He followed me back on Instagram. John Gruden and I follow each other on Instagram. He only follows like 4,000 people too, so I'm one of the elites. I haven't got the message back yet. But when I do, guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna get frozen balls and not invite him on the podcast, buddy.
Yeah, you're gonna send him like weird things like turd or feet pics or something like that.
Hey, question for you guys. Two of the best defenses, his Buccaneers Super Bowl year and that early Ravens Super Bowl year. Which one would you pick and why?
Oh, Buccaneers, that work done that year. That I know he's on offense, but you had Sapp, Warren Sapp. That line was just so. The line was so good, man. That line was. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I'd take the Bucs.
I'd say Baltimore because I think historically it is the better defense, but that defense had Mike Tomlin on it as secondary coach, so I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. One more.
Take it from the Hall of Famer.
He had film up. He had film up from when he was the receivers coach at Pitt. He had a game film, a practice film up of when he was receivers coach at Pitt. It was cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good story.
When who was the big wide receiver came out of Pitt when he was there?
Fitzgerald. No.
Was that Fitz?
No, Fitzgerald. He was 2000s. Yeah. And this was 80s. This had to be 80s.
Oh, yeah, right.
Early 90s before he was at.
What did you say?
He talked about Brett Favre a little bit.
Yeah.
He said quarterback wise.
Brett Favre has email, but he does not have Social Security.
Yeah. He probably shouldn't be sending text messages anymore either.
Right, yeah. We're the silent reporters are off.
Yeah. He was talking about Favre a little bit. He was talking about how Mike Holmgren was like he traded a big pick for him, and he was like, you have to believe in your quarterback. And he said he believed in his quarterback, and he got the rest of it. He made us believe in Brett Favre, and it turned out to be a really good decision for the Packers. All right, let's get into draft time. But this is a draft game. Yeah, thank you. We're going to play a quick draft game, okay? This is it's going around on the social media, so of course we have to play it. So I'm going to give you a prompt, and you have to not choose the same player as me, okay? So that's why you have your little sticky note in front of you or your marker. So I'm going to say my first one for you is choose a player that's projected in the top 15. If you say the same name as me, then you don't get the point. Player with the most points after 5 rounds gets to pick who they want first. I get a point if I eliminate one of you. Does the rule make sense to you, Scott? I know that sometimes
I have to pick someone different.
Yes, than who I picked. So who do you think I'm picking as my projected top 15 player in the draft? 3, 2, 1. Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Love. One. That's all right. That's as long as you don't have the same as me.
Chances.
Scott's real original. All right, you both get a point. You both get a point tonight. All right, give me a team without their first round pick in this selection.
You ready?
3, 2, 1. Oh, you know what? I thought you weren't going to go Green Bay. I thought that you would be smart enough to not go Green Bay. Bengals, Green Bay, and I picked the Jags. You both have your 2 points.
Listen, so we have 2 points now?
Yeah, here's the thing. If I get one of you, I get the first overall pick overall.
Okay, so Mike and I each have 2 points. I'm keeping track of this. I'm not going to let you cheat us.
All right,
you tried to cheat. You tried to cheat me out of many things before. This, I got you, pal.
All right, next one. Pick an OSU player projected to go in the top 10.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
I got Averill Reese.
I got Reese. Let's go.
All three of us.
Hey, give me my point, Scott. Give me my point.
So you have one. It's
I got
2-2-1, right?
It's 2-2-2 now.
Oh my gosh! How many more of these stupid questions do you have? I don't even like this game.
Two more questions. All right.
Okay.
Give me a team to never ever ever have the first overall pick. There's three.
Ready?
3, 2, 1.
With the Cardinals.
Cowboys?
Cardinals, Cowboys, and Ravens. Well, I think I get a point from both of you because both those teams have had a first overall pick before. The three teams that never have a first overall pick: the Ravens, the Broncos, and the Seahawks.
Nice. That's a good one.
Which is kind of unusual because Seattle's had some really bad teams.
Yeah, but never bad enough.
All right. So well, hold on. So do you get a point for us losing? Like, is that what it is?
I should.
Listen, you already knew the answer, so it's like, so you shouldn't get a point just for getting it right. It's like, I cheated and I already knew the answer. I think this should be.
You see where it says CamDog at the bottom of your screen? Does this say anything? Any type of role that you have?
Doesn't matter. I'm a Hall of Famer. Shut your daggone yapper. Listen.
All right.
This is for all the marbles. The marbles. Now explain the rules one more time.
Okay, so it's whatever. No, you're right. All the marbles right here. This is all the marbles, okay?
Oh, let's go.
There's only two teams you can pick on this one. Between the three of us, our favorite team, pick one of those teams that have a first-round pick this year, which means you can't choose the Packers, you moron, which means you're choosing either the Dolphins or the Steelers.
Yeah?
Just making sure you understood the rules. Yep, I want you to pick one of those two, and you better not pick the same one as me.
This is... Okay, you ready?
3, 2, 1. I thought you'd be smart enough to not pick them. I underestimated your intelligence.
Looks like you still lose, and looks like I'm hold on to my title.
All right, you too. Rock paper scissors right now for that first pick.
All right. Why not? Wait, hold on. Why not do odds or evens? Because the delay and stuff is going to make things really awkward.
Oh my god!
It's going to look like we're just milking a cow the whole night.
All right, pick a number between 1 and 6.
Go ahead, Mike.
4.
3.5.
It was 4.
No, you wrote that down. You just wrote that down. You cheat.
All right, let's get it
going. I forgot to write it down before you said it, but it's all right.
It's all right.
All right,
Mikey.
So the way this is going to work. Man. The way this is going to work is we are going to go through this whole draft, and Mr. Panamarczuk, at any point in time that you want to stop and talk about anything that you like to, you are more than welcome to. You are a guest of honor this year. You are a draft expert, and the more you talk, the less Scott talks, which is a win for all of us.
So win-win. All right.
Yeah, all right, you are the Oakland Raiders.
And I feel this one's already done. It's in the books. I mean, Fernando Mendoza is going to be a Raider, a Las Vegas Raider. He showed a lot of grit in what he did, the first person to go undefeated through the new college playoffs. His leadership's off the charts, and the thing I love most about him, he loves the game of football. That's always a question. When you draft somebody that big, that talented, do they love the game? And he loves football.
Yeah, and
he has so much synergy. So much synergy. You don't believe it.
The offense that he's going to, maybe not this year, but the next 2 years to come, 3 years to come, really work well with his RPOs that he is so good at, so deadly at. It's a good offense for him. It's a great fit. All right, Scott, go ahead.
And you got Tom Brady to learn a little bit under, and he's still there and he's still involved. Yeah, he's going to make sure he's adequately coached.
And Kirk Cousins. Yep.
Hey, who cares about
Scott,
him? He sucked at Michigan State anyways.
Shh. You are the number 2 pick. You are the Jets. Who are you taking?
I'm taking Arvell Reese, defensive end / linebacker, and here's why. Okay? So, the Jets, they need 2 things. They need a linebacker and they need an edge. Reese has the ability with his size to be a danger on the edge or as a Lander Rend, with the addition of being able to flex back and play in something that would be like a 3-4 and with that athleticism. So he gives that flexibility. You're kind of getting a 2-1 with that draft pick. And why not if you're getting a 2-1? You know, if it's like if you pick a great quarterback that's a good runner and thrower, you're getting a two-ended defensive player.
Yeah, no, I agree. For the Cardinals, pick 3. So David Bailey has kind of been the pick going to the Jets, which means Arvell falls to the Cardinals. I think that if Arvell is there, they would take him. But I have seen some stuff recently that they like Jeremiah Love a little bit to put him in the backfield. But I just don't see how you could pass up on one of the best pass rushers in the game right now. Very early on in his career in David Bailey. The Cardinals are taking David Bailey at 3.
Ooh.
Which leaves the Tennessee Titans, pick number 4. They get their running back of the future.
You know, I'm just going to comment on Bailey, too. That production he had versus the pass, he's going to be an explosive player at the next level. So I like that pick. And thinking about the Titans, I was thinking they need to get Cam Ward some extra help. And we have a generational running back in Jeremiah Love. Typically, I'm not a big fan of running backs going this early, but they need to get this man a weapon. Jeremiah Love can go in the slot. He comes out of the backfield. Just a difference maker. And I think that gives you a better, as a young quarterback, having a nice run back like that. I think that would be bode well for their future.
Is Jeremiah the best running back in the NFL coming out of the draft since who? Are we going Saquon?
He gets compared a lot to him, so I think that's fair.
Yeah, I see the comparisons. It's hard to tell, man. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like three words, and there 2 of them are hyphenated. Kajana Carter. You never know. So
yeah, well, I mean, I'm
be
saying, like, I'm just trying, like, not even comp wise, just hype around, because Genty last year had a lot of hype, but I don't think if Genty and him were in the same draft class, I think it's Jeremiah Love 10 times out of 10 over Genty. And I like Genty. I was a big Genty fan. I thought Genty deserved the Heisman the year that he was, senior year. So
I got a random trivia question for you guys I heard on a podcast.
Are we keeping track of points?
Who's the last running back that was drafted in the first round that won a Super Bowl with the team that drafted him?
Ooh.
Terrell Davis? Terrell Davis?
That's your locked in guess. All right, give me a second. In the first round. Ooh, man.
Because
I'm gonna go Marshall Faulk.
Reggie Bush with the Saints, guys. And
oh,
I heard that one. I was thinking like Jamal Lewis, maybe. I was like all over the place, and I couldn't put together. Yeah, but
when he said Terrell Davis, I had to think old school. Maybe Marshall Faulk didn't go first round. I don't even know.
Davis was a 6th round pick out of Georgia. I thought he was way higher than that.
And Marshall actually was a Colt, and then got traded to Rams.
Correct.
You always go back in hindsight, how awesome it would have been to watch Marshall Faulk and Peyton Manning play together, and how cerebral they are. I mean, they would have just been unreal. 2 coaches on the field.
I remember watching Faulk at San Diego State and thinking, like, this guy's not even. It's not even right. It's fair. It's not even fair. But okay. Wow. Well, here's the great thing about this. The reality is, people love talking about the NFL draft, but the reality is, nothing we say is probably ever going to happen. It's
all broken already. Yep.
Right. And so it's like the whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter. And so it's like we're just kind of like, oh, here's what I would do. What I think. So I'm with the New York Giants, right? And so with my pick, I know this sounds like a total homer job thing, and so I apologize in advance. But I'm going to go. They need a linebacker, something fierce, and so I'm going to go with Mr. Sonny Styles. And I mean,
listen, I love that pick for him. Here's the thing: for the Giants, whether it's Carnell or whether it's Jordan Tyson or whether it's Mekhi Lemon, I think wide receiver. I know they might need some defensive help, but man, Malik Neighbors and one of those 2 receivers, or one of those 3, I don't care which one it is. Obviously, we're biased on Carnell, but if they went the other 2 and they had him and Neighbors along with Jackson Dart, along with Scattaboo, that's the best young offense. The best, like, hey, in 5 years, this offense is the best offense in the NFL away.
Fair. Now, keep in
Theo
mind,
Johnson on the tight end and Isaiah Likely, like, I mean, they got pieces.
Keep in mind, they just traded away their best defensive lineman. So
yeah, but they still got Burns. They still got Thibodeau.
I know. So if they can get a great defensive pick early.
You know what? You're a genius, actually. You are a genius. I'll tell you why you're a genius. Because they got pick number 10, and one of those 3 receivers is going to be there at 10. You are a genius.
Exactly.
I never doubted you. For the Cleveland Browns, okay? For the Cleveland Browns, it's going to break the Browns fans' heart when they don't take Carnell Tate. But they need offensive line help. They need offensive line help a lot. I'm going to go with the big guy, Mauga from Miami. They're going to take the tackle off the board. And the Browns fans are they're going to wish it was Carnell. They're going to wish it was Sonny. They're going to wish it was Caleb, but it just won't be.
Yeah, they need, that would be the Brownsiest pick ever, wouldn't it? Like, it'd be the Brownsiest Browns pick ever. And here's the thing, they're going to have pick 24, so they've got 2 picks this year. But there's some other offensive tackles that are available. But you're right. It's one of those things where that Miami line this year was unbelievable, and it was as close to like mid-teens SEC dominant LSU line as you're going to see. And they were better than Ohio State's last year. It was just really good. So any player you can pluck off of that Miami line, whether on both sides of the ball, it's not a bad pick.
Yep.
You can never
the
go
Commanders.
wrong with offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Right.
Commanders. And I'm going to just kind of echo Scott's sentiment there. I'm going to go with Ruben Bain. I know some people have some concerns about his arm length, possibly not doing some of the drills at the trainings and the visits. But, man, this guy on film, and to learn from Jason Taylor, one of the best DNs of all time, he just stood out all the time. And I think they'll get production from him immediately. So get Ruben Bain for number 7. Washington gets your guy.
The one thing with Ruben,
I'm blocking, Coach.
The one thing with Ruben Bain
T-Rex.
is that apparently there's been some off-the-field stuff, an accident from a few years ago that he was a part of. If that ends up being something that is legit that comes out more this week, it could be a Larry Tunsil type of thing where it's like, who knows how much does he fall? And if your team then, if he falls to you at 19, 21, 22, 27, 28, like you have to take him at that point, right? Or if you're Washington, you know what can be if there's no legal trouble. It doesn't matter how short his arms are. He was a dog. Washington's another team, though. I just want so bad. I want them to get one of those receivers and give their young quarterback another big-time receiver to go with Terry McLaurin, to go with what they have offensively with Deebo Samuel and those guys. So, but you can't pass up on Ruben Bain. It's really hard to do.
And when you are looking at character, it's the NFL has the October surprise thing with it, like in politics. And so, you think about like that has happened and it's not been true, but then you have guys like Lawrence Phillips where it's like, oh, this is such a generational talent, and the guy ends up being a dirtbag. Yeah. So you kind of take a chance. So.
Yep.
Is it my turn?
All right, Scott, you are up.
All right, I'm with the Nolans Saints. Now listen, I know the Saints defense is absolutely atrocious, and they need everything they can get in the absolute worst way. Good Lord, they need everything they could get in the worst way. But I'm going to surprise the world, and just how we picked our boy David Bailey out of the state of Texas, I'm going to take KC Concepcion out of Texas A&M. And here's the thing. He's actually one of the top-ranked wide receivers. I have some other wide receivers going before him, so that's why I picked Concepcion. So that was my best player available when I made this.
That is I think that's a reach. I don't think he's a top 3 receiver right here. I would take the tight end over him. I would from Clemson. I would take Omar Cooper over him. But
they need a wide receiver.
They need a receiver, and they got a plethora of them to pick from at that point. You just left the Kansas City Chiefs.
Not on my list, pal.
You just left the Kansas City Chiefs with the opportunity to get Patrick Mahomes healthy, to get their offense. They're gonna get Tyreek Hill again at some point in time. He's inevitably gonna go back to the Chiefs. Their offense is gonna be just fine. You just gave the Kansas City Chiefs the smartest the smartest safety to come out of college football in years. You gave him the most talented safety to come out of college football in years. And Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate is going to go to the Chiefs. He's going to be a 2-time, 3-time Super Bowl champion when it's all said and done. Caleb Downs is going to the Kansas City Chiefs, and he is going to be an absolute dog from day one. What a fit.
I mean, Caleb Downs is going to make a big difference wherever he goes. He is a playmaker, difference maker. You know, just thinking about the Chiefs, what I would love to see happen, we all can admit Marvin Harrison's been a disappointment in the NFL. Some of the quarterbacks, some of the injuries. I would love to see the Chiefs trade their number 9 pick to get Harrison. Chiefs can rebuild. It's a win-win, and you're just like, wow, we finally gave Mahomes a brand new target. I mean, that guy would have 100 catches each year.
Yeah. I don't hate that idea. I love it. I love that pick for them, but trade, and I said this last week. We were because Scott, this is why he's going crazy, because he said that last week. Somebody should trade a first-round pick for Marvin Harrison Jr. I know, Scott. You called it also, buddy. But I said you don't trade next year's first-round pick. If you had to give a 2027 to get Marv and get Caleb Downs on your team, I just know how smart he is, and that Chiefs defense has been so solid because of their defensive coordinator and the guys in the secondary that they've had for years, and this secures it. But you can't go wrong with a Buckeye on your team, I guess. All right.
But there are concerns, valid or invalid, October surprise, about Caleb's knee.
Yeah, go watch him play every down at Ohio State and Alabama for the last 3 years. And
is that some sort of pun? Is that pun?
No. Yeah. Down? Go watch the film and tell me how worried you are about his knee. All right, Mikey P, the Giants.
I mean, they're sitting there grinning ear to ear if this is how the draft would fall out, to be able to get Cardinal Tate at the 10th pick and to be able to get a nice defender for their stacked roster. I mean, Cardinal Tate, Neighbors, I mean, that's a 1-2. That's like a Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne combination. You've got your guys for a lot of years set.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm going to go Cardinal Tate there.
I love it.
Yeah, and I had Tate going to the Browns, but I could see him lasting that long. I could see it. And of course, it all depends. And I had Tate going to the Browns, but the Browns are stupid. So they're going to mess something up. Jimmy Haslam's going to, be smoking some dope. Lay off the weed. But they're going to do something stupid, and they're going to mess that up somehow. So, yeah, I can see it. Oh, Mike, you get 2 picks in a row, my guy.
Man.
Yes, you do.
Get the draft from my Dolphins, and it's not going to be probably the most popular pick, but we got to get this offensive line set. We've got to get it fixed. And I'm going to go with Spencer Fano from Utah. Versatile player. He's played some different position. 6'6". He's got some strength. And, Rowdy, we just got to get it figured out. We don't have a chance if we can't block. And we haven't been able to block.
All right.
Did that on my board, but.
Man, that's and I had Malachi Lemon, and I had a wide receiver going there. But, yeah, it like you said, the cupboard is so bare. Anything will help. It's like, please, anybody. And
line play, and we got the Packers defense coordinator. They believe in offense and defensive line as a priority in their drafts. I can't see our GM and coach diverging from that thought process.
Yeah. All right. So I'm with the Dallas Cowboys. Do you remember when the Dallas Cowboys actually used to be good? That's hilarious. I have so many friends are Cowboys.
No, I don't. I was.
You're right.
In Super Bowl 30 when they won, I wasn't born yet.
Listen, man, there's people in prison for killing other people because of Cowboys starter jackets still. It's been that long. Charlotte Hornets, Chicago Bulls, and Dallas Cowboys. Like, I'm going to kill someone for that jacket. Now it's at Walmart, Okay, so I have the Dallas Cowboys. I have Avion Terrell, cornerback. Listen, man, the Cowboys are so bad defensively. They need something in the worst way. I just have them getting a cornerback. I have McCoy already off the board, so they're getting the best available cornerback at the time, and I think that's Terrell from Clemson. He's had a couple great years there. He's a junior, but So that was my best available pick defensively for the biggest need that they need. They need a lot of help in the secondary and defensive backs.
He's interesting because I see him anywhere as a top 15 to maybe a late second rounder from drafts I've seen. Just Clemson, all these guys that we could do a whole podcast on Clemson last season. Like, what is going on anymore?
It's one of those things where they don't want to buy into the NIL, but they still have a load of talent, but they just didn't put it together. It's like LSU.
Listen, it is the problem at Clemson is Dabo Swinney right now. He 2-time national champ. It should be Swinney Field or you're touching Dabo's rock for now on. But the time has passed for him to be an elite coach for especially Clemson, a school that he doesn't want to embrace the transfer portal. He doesn't want to embrace NIL. There's going to be talent, especially in a very weak ACC. They got to go 10-2 and win the ACC, and they're in the playoff. And he just can't do that anymore. The problem there is him. The Rams. Oh my goodness! If you're the Rams, like, how do you not go anything defensively? But when you got guys like Lemon there, when you got guys like Tyson there to go along with Puka, to go along with Devontae, that next guy to be the best receiver or a top receiver in the league with Stafford, with whoever they're gonna have at quarterback in the next five years, the fact that Lemon is there has to be so intriguing for them. But I don't know if they do it. Like, do they do it? I don't know. Somebody talk me off the ledge. Be making the phone calls to the Rams right now saying, guys, we need Lemon. Give us Lemon. They just drafted corner. Or they just got a corner. I don't know what they do. Let's go Lemon. They're grabbing Lemon. Best available player in my mind at that time.
And I'm okay with Lemon. Here's the thing. It's a traded pick. So it's a bonus pick in a way for them.
Yeah.
So use it. Listen, Adams, they have a good wide receiver core, but it's not really a young wide receiver core. They've got some miles on them tires, especially when you add in playoffs and everything else that they've had a really good last 3 or 4 years. So
yeah, you still got
is it time to kind of correct, but is it time to kind of like cycle through and get the next guy coming up? But then again, you're not going to have Matthew Stafford forever. So
yeah.
I just can't imagine him in a slot with that offense, and that would be beautiful. Hard to defend.
Hard to stop.
And honestly, if this had been mid-season, I'd say, man, their secondary is a weakness. But as that season went on, their secondary became one of their strengths in some games. And their front line is always really good. Their D line gets pressure. So, yeah, I think that'd be interesting.
Well, and they got Trent McDuffie in the offseason, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I could have gone the dude from Delane from LSU or McCoy, but they just sealed up their secondary with McDuffie in this offseason. So I don't know. It's the rich get richer type of pick.
Yeah.
All right.
So the Ravens are up next.
Yep.
And they need some offensive line help, and I might need some help pronouncing this name, but it's the big guard from Penn State, last name Lone. And Scott, you want to give it a try? How to pronounce that?
The guy from Penn State? Hold on. I had him.
Ola Vavega.
I think that's
Vavega.
But he is what I think about when I think about the Ravens. Just that big, strong, move the line back, and they need to rebuild their offensive line. They got to get Lamar Jackson healthy, and gosh, man, that would definitely help out with Derrick Henry. I think you got to take him there. He's too good not to be taken.
Okay. Listen, Tampa Bay. Listen, they need some help on the line. They need some linebackers. I actually ended up taking David Bailey here. I don't know if I know, Mike, you had David Bailey going earlier. I think we saw during the college football play, and this is one thing I love about the college football playoffs, okay? You start to see, like, oh, here's the wheat from the chaff, and like, oh, what we thought was a really good team, and we saw Texas Tech, they got smoked more than a ham at a Thanksgiving Day parade. I don't think a whole lot of players helped themselves on the draft from Texas Tech. So David Bailey might be around there, and that might be a good opportunity, if he's there, for Tampa Bay to snag a good defensive lineman that's available, if he's there.
But he's been taken.
Yeah, he got
taken. But too bad. Listen, I made my list. I'm sharing my list.
Okay, great. Your list is great. Your list of favorite dog turds that you like to eat is great, buddy. But pick a player that's available.
John Elway didn't want to even play football, so suck it.
All right, Eli Manning, pick somebody available then.
Right, fine. Gosh, I don't even know. I mean, you keep track of who's been picked. What the heck?
I got it for you.
Okay, you want? All right, you want me to tell you? I'm gonna wreck all your all's draft. Are you ready? I'm gonna crap on all your parade. How about this? Kane McDonald.
Right.
Surprise pick. Boom. The interior of the line is solid locked.
It is solid locked. All right, perfect. The Jets. There are two corners at the top of this list that they could go either way with. A team that did not have a single interception last year in the era where the passing game is the most important thing on the planet, and they did not record an interception. The first time in the Super Bowl era, it was even beyond that. They did not record a single interception for a team where their head coach is a defensive mastermind. They didn't record a single interception. They cannot go wrong with either cornerback. I like McCoy just a little bit more. I like his size. I like his weight. I think that he looks like what a cornerback should look like, and so I will go with Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee to go for the Jets and get a pick next year in a game.
That is crazy. I think I heard a stat that Rory McIntyre's won the Masters twice since the Jets had interception.
Yes.
It's rough, man. Really thinking about the Lions and their personality, and I feel like I'm drafting a lot of offensive linemen. But, man, if they can get Caden Proctor as their left tackle, I mean, does that not fit the Dan Campbell system? They've got some veterans that can coach him up because he's somebody that, when we started this podcast, we talked about, does he love football? Well, this guy goes back and forth, and if he can get focused in, I mean, he's a top 5 pick in this draft. I think some of the questions about his weight, some of the questions about his focus is why he's even available. But the Lions would be loving this guy at this pick.
Caden Proctor would be the guy with the Steelers. If he was there, that was gonna be my pick. I love Proctor. I love his size. I love just the ability for Alabama last year had that play where they put him out a receiver, throw him the ball, and he went and got 15 yards and earned every single one of those yards. Obviously, that's a gimmicky play in college football one time, but I think that he is just there's a dog level to him. And when a kid comes out of Alabama, I look at him a little bit more, and he just the size, the motor. When he, like you said, when he is all in, he's all in. The fact that he's going to go to the Lions right now just breaks my heart as a Steelers fan.
Here's the other thing. He's part of the old leftover Nick Saban crew.
Yep.
So he is that guy. I actually had him originally as my third pick going to the Cardinals because the Cardinals are going to have a quarterback situation, and they're going to have someone that's going to protect whoever and however's there. And he has, even though he's a big boy, and he will clog up lines. And he's used to seeing great line play in the SEC. So, all right. It's my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
And I've got the Minnesota Vikings. I had Spencer Fenau, offensive tackle. Here's the thing: the Vikings, they seem to have some. They're like the Browns. No, they're a little bit better than the Browns. They just seem to have some average quarterbacks and nothing that's gonna be like, oh man, that's a dynasty quarterback. But they're still gonna have someone there protecting what they do have to give the quarterbacks that are there to be able to be good game managers. That's not a bad move, either way you slice it. That's what I'm going to live with.
Okay. I like it. When you talk, I listen. Sometimes. The Panthers are up next. They have got
Spencer's already been taken.
He said Lamu though. He meant Caleb.
Okay.
He took two players from the same team and merged them into one. I knew he was talking about. Kind of. He threw me off for a second, but I figured out. You're going Caleb because Spencer's already been taken, big dog.
All right, fine. Yeah, because I actually had Caleb going to the Ravens. So guess what? This speaks for itself. This is my badge. This is my badge, right. And this is my county.
Okay. I'm going to go for the Carolina Panthers. They really made a run last year to be a team that really surprised a lot of people. Played really well in their first playoff game. Bryce Young looks like a totally different player than he did his rookie year. It's amazing when you let a rookie learn a little bit and not get thrown into the fire right away, that you let them learn, you let them have some reps, how okay they can be, especially with a guy with as much talent. I love when teams give young quarterbacks really good receivers. Jordan Tyson is an absolute dog, and right next to Tet, who was an Arizona Wildcat, is going to be right next to him is Jordan Tyson, an Arizona State Sun Devil. They are going to surefire up their offensive or their wide receiver core with Tyson.
I had a different player.
Congratulations, buddy.
Well, I'm just saying, your pick sucks.
All right. It's a good thing you're not the GM of the Panthers, big dog. All right.
So we're up to the Cowboys?
We are at the Cowboys at 20.
And can you imagine Jerry Jones run up the podium as fast as he can, or having Emmitt Smith or Troy Aikman, knowing that Mansour Delane out of LSU is sitting there with the secondary issues they had last year? I mean, one of the worst pass defenses I've ever witnessed in my life. My buddy Jake's a big Cowboys fan, and I just would love to text him every Sunday, watch him get torched. This guy's big time. He's from LSU. LSU's produced some pretty nice corners. I think Jerry would be pretty excited because he can't have another year like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jerry Jones,
it's a great pick.
It's a great pick.
And if he actually falls that far to Dallas, I don't even give him time on the clock. It's a surefire pick.
Yeah,
I say this knowing that Jerry Jones is also sitting there like, hey, we need a quarterback, boys. Dak Prescott ain't gonna be there forever. We got another team very shortly that will be picking. Hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers, which means I take over the pick and I take over the order. And I'm so upset that Kane Proctor is gone. I'm so upset that you took Lamu. Yes, Freeling is still there from Georgia. I think that there's good size. There's a lot of things. But last time we took a tackle from Georgia in the first round, it has been an absolute train wreck with Broderick Jones. And so I am between two players. We have let go of Jonnu Smith. We have let go of Connor Hayward. We have Pat Freiermuth. Back to the offense that it has been. I don't know how much Mike McCarthy likes to utilize tight ends, but we had 17 of them over the last few years, and we got rid of a bunch of them. I want to take Kenyon Sadiq. I think he is the best tight end in this draft by a mile. It's him, and then just the biggest gap between any position left in this thing. But how can you pass on Omar Cooper Jr., who's sitting there false receiver for a team that last year had DK Metcalf and then a bunch of turds after that? I mean, we had a game where Adam Thielen was our second best receiver. We had to get Martez Falquez-Scantling out of retirement to come play receiver for us. I know they went and got Pittman, and getting Pittman makes this pick maybe not as smart, but I still think that they need wide receiver. They need wide receiver depth. Omar Cooper Jr., just the same, what we said about Mendoza early on. To be in that offense, to be part of an offense that went 16-0 for the first time, you have to be a dog. Omar Cooper Jr. to the Pittsburgh Steelers because Kane Proctor was gone.
Yeah,
and he makes catches. He catches everything that comes his way. He blocks well on the run. I like this guy. He's got a nice work ethic.
Love receivers that block.
When I did mine, I had Surratt going there instead of Cooper. Surratt just though Cooper seems to be more, yes, he's a blocking. He's kind of like a Hines Ward, right?
Oh, I love him. My favorite player of all time. Oh, my favorite player of all time. Don't get me excited. Oh, let's go Hines Ward.
The quarterback from Georgia, right, playing wide receiver. But the thing is, Surratt has really, good hands. He catches everything. However, we've seen in like Marvin Harrison Jr. that hasn't always translated as well as maybe people think. All right, so I have the Chargers. All right, I'm going to take, they need a lot of help on the offensive line. So from Georgia, I'm taking Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle. The Georgia Bulldogs.
This will be a great pick for the Chargers. And it wouldn't work out for the Steelers, but for the Chargers and a Jim Harbaugh run offense, this is the pick that solidifies their offensive line to be the best, to be a top 5 running team for the next 5 years in the NFL.
Yep, exactly.
It's definitely a Harbaugh pick.
Yeah, he's a big, strong, physical guy, big, strong, physical SEC guy, and that's, you're right, and that's what Harbaugh loves. He capitalizes on that stuff. So that's who I had. It's a Hall of Fame pick. All right, you got the T-Money, you got the old fly, Eagles, fly.
I was thinking that the order, oh man, I don't get the Browns pick. That hurts me so much.
Mike gets to screw it up.
I know.
Worse than the Browns.
The Eagles. Here's the thing. I said this about Kenyon Sadiq with my Steelers pick. He is my favorite player left in this draft. I don't know how bad they need tight end. They did bring back Goddard on a 1-year contract. This is an offensive league, and sure, they might have things on defense that they need. They need an edge rusher. Their O-line wasn't as explosive last year as it has been the last few years. But a guy like Kenyon Sadiq who can do it all, who's a great pass catcher, who can line up in so many different spots that they can utilize. Yeah. Give me Kenyon Sadiq to the Eagles.
Yeah, and I had Cooper going there, but you're right. Sadiq does give them. It's a little bit like the Reese pick. You're getting a 2-for-1. Yeah, he could be a really big slot. But come in
and they're going to lose AJ Brown.
End.
Yeah, right. AJ Brown's gone post June 1st.
It's a good pick. Yep, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I like it, and it would open the box up. They had some trouble last year getting Saquon going. Good luck bringing your safety down and having that guy run right by you.
Right. Yep.
Nice pick. Man, I got the Browns, and I almost want to punt this to one of you guys. Because the Browns have a really good D-line, and that's some of the strength that's still left in this draft. The receivers are gone. Am I missing any receiver that's still there that could be an impact guy? I mean, the receivers are gone.
Elliott Surratt from Indiana.
Yeah.
You got that.
It's just I think it's a reach taking him this early. I think like you earlier, Scott, took Concepcion. Like Concepcion right now is that guy at 24.
It's a sexy name. Yeah, I know, but I took him early. Because I wanted to crap on y'all's draft. Same reason I took Caden McDonald. Because I didn't like playing by your rules.
I'm going to go with Anthony Hill Jr., the linebacker out of Texas. He can cover some speed. He's got that good D-line in front of him. I mean, sign him up for 100 tackles maybe next year. Get some pressure on the quarterback. You could bring him in some packages. But again, this would be wide receiver, but the draft doesn't go as you want to go. It flows in very, very different paths. So I'm sure the Browns GMs would maybe think about trading this pick or trading back if this was reality. But this isn't reality. This is not how it goes.
But this is where you're wrong. This is reality. The reality is the Browns are going to be there at 24, and the picks that they want are going to be gone. Actually, they're not going to be gone. It was exactly how the Browns wanted to work out. There's a quarterback by the name of Ty Simpson that just so happened to fall to 24 for the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns take Ty Simpson at 24. I'm calling it on Thursday night for real. Ty Simpson is going to be a Cleveland Brown.
That's who I have.
It's just it's inevitable.
It's the Brown. It's a Brownsy thing you could do. It's a Brownsy thing you could do is to take a quarterback like that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Gosh, they're so stupid. Okay, so I said Ty Simpson quarterback or trade to Arizona for Marvin Harrison Jr., who needs a quarterback, by the way. So it would be a convenience trade. You know, I could see it happening, but
yep.
Would Arizona bite on that? Would they lose? You know what I mean? Do you want to lose Marvin Harrison Jr.? I think I don't want to say they're disenfranchised, but I think they'd be like, yeah, we're sick of him. We can let him go. I don't know. Yeah. That's just me.
All right.
So Ty Simpson. Okay.
I didn't take Ty Simpson, though, so he's still there.
Wait. So who'd you take again?
He took Anthony Hill Jr.
Just a lot.
Anthony Hill, that's right. Yeah, that's from Texas. Yeah.
But man, my brain was on the same as you guys about, do I pull it here? But I don't know.
Just the most Browns thing to do.
They'll pick like the punter from, I don't know, San Diego State or something. So the Bears, their defense was really good in terms of takeaways last year, but they were overall really bad. So they were good at making big plays, but when it came to just dinking and dunking, they just, in stopping run, they did not do very well. There's a gentleman from Auburn who's a big, strong, versatile guy, and that's kind of what the Bears need to move around, and he's able to take a lot of space, and especially when you're playing outside in Soldier Field, man, that's cold. Keldrick Falk, defensive line from Auburn. Woo, he's off the board.
I like it. And if you do that, the Buffalo Bills are a very happy team. They need secondary help. The secondary has just not been the same in the last few years since Micah Hyde. They had some, the names are blanking me, but there were some dudes in the backfield for them, or the secondary for them for a good amount of years. They were so close all those years, and that secondary age has caught up to them. The only name people know anymore is Damar Hamlin. When a guy like Dylan Theinman falls to you at 26, you take him.
Who was that you took?
Dylan Theineman, the Oregon safety.
Yeah, I had him going. I had him going later to the Chiefs, but yeah, you're right. If he's there and he's available, the Bills really do need that. I can see him getting picked up there. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, and with that pick, I got the 49ers next. And, you got Nick Bosa coming off ACL injury. You got Mikael Williams coming off an ACL injury. So we got to get something for pass rusher. And I'll tell you, Malachi Lawrence out of UCF is that guy. You don't always think about some of the players from UCF that come out, but he looks pro ready. He's big time. He gets to the quarterback quick. And the Niners need some type of plan to keep those guys on account when they come back.
The funny thing is about UCF, ever since they won their fake national championship, like they've been getting better and better talent to end up there, and so they're not the Knights that they used to be pre-2016. They're actually getting some really competitive players. So it is interesting to see how UCF is kind of upping their game in that regard. All right, I'm going to take the Houston Texans here. They need a lot of linebacker. They need some edge and line as well. So we already talked about this earlier, right? We saw the Hurricanes of Miami. They put in some big-time work, and this would probably not be a pick that normally would have happened. But, and I can't remember if someone picked him yet. Sorry if he did. If so, I need to recheck this. But this is a pick that would happen because of the current college football playoff. But Akeem Mesidor, edge of Miami.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a college football playoff era,
Yeah. He fits that defense well. A great defense, and they just paid Will Anderson a lot of money. Here's the thing about great defensive end outside linebackers like him, like T.J. Watt, like Myles Garrett, like Micah Parsons. When you add great interior defense linemen or edge guys that can rush, it just makes your job even easier because you can't double team this guy because we're worried about it all. When you're a team like the Texans and you can add to that, you become really good.
It would be a little bit of a Browns defensive move where you're just like making an absolute stalwart of a defensive line, and it's like, oh, beat this, Fortunately, the Browns offense can't beat anybody, but for
the Chiefs. So I am up with the Chiefs. I would have just picked Mesidor for the Chiefs. However, with him going right there, this might be a little bit of a reach for them. I don't know they really need the linebacker help. But my favorite player left right now is Jacob Rodriguez, the linebacker from Texas Tech. He is what you want your linebackers to be. He sits there, he makes great reads, he fills a freaking gap, he makes a tackle, and he does not let you get the extra yards. And a defense that already added Caleb Downs, a defense that just has lost that edge a little bit. You add a guy like Jacob Rodriguez to just learn and again be a dude that tackles. If you're the Chiefs, like, hey, you're upset you lost out on Messidor, but you're happy that guy is right there. And I know he's projected a second rounder. He is my favorite linebacker. I think just like what could be in this draft. Maybe Anthony Hill over him. You could if you said Anthony Hill is guaranteed to be a star and he's not, then I'd say okay. But man, I really like Rodriguez a lot.
He reminds me of a Buffalo Bills linebacker, and I despise the Buffalo Bills, but he just reminds me of that type of game guy. 12 tackles, couple of tackles for loss, a forced fumble, and you're like, gosh, get that guy off the field, please.
Yeah. So the order doesn't actually get messed up because you are next up, and your Miami Dolphins are back with pick number 2, pick 30. Who are you taking?
And this is a tough decision, but I'm going to go with Emmanuel McNeil-Warren out of Toledo.
I had him as a dark horse.
But, man, this guy is shooting up the boards. I think with some of the success you saw from Seattle safety last year, some teams that won't be able to get to Caleb Downs, this guy is next level. It's almost fascinating that he wasn't picked up, in the world of NIL quicker, but you talk about someone that's going to hit hard. This guy's all energy, and he hits those running backs hard. So I'm excited for this pick. I might even think about getting another jersey that I'll retire in 4 years because he gets traded.
Yeah, I've seen his name a lot too, and I watched a couple Maction games this year because Macy at Bowling Green and all that stuff. So yeah, he is definitely the darkest of horses, but man. He's a stud, and he just happened to play in the MAC. Maybe the best player to come out of the MAC since Roethlisberger. I think when push comes to shove, when you look at what he could do in the NFL, I think he could be pretty good. Hey, I have a question. Since my Packers don't have a pick at all, can I do the next 2?
Nope. That's not how the rules work, buddy. Pick your Patriots, pick them.
But I'm a Hall of Famer.
I don't care. Pick your Patriots, pick. We gotta get this thing rolling. We still got CamDog's conversation for the night, big dog. I
hate you guys. All right, so
I forgot this was the CamDog standard.
Okay, well, I had a pick. I'm gonna shock the world though. We saw the Patriots suffer, the quarterback play was just kind of pooped their pants a little bit in the last playoff game that they had. Why not? And I know they need some defensive help, but we're going to shock the world, and we're going to pick from Indiana the cornerback, D'Angelo Pons.
Okay. You said quarterback at first.
Cornerback! I know.
You said,
but
you said quarterback with you. The way you were talking, yeah.
You thought I was going to take an offensive player.
I thought you were going to go Ty Simpson right there. You said quarterback. I thought you were going to say the Patriots taking Ty Simpson.
No. Wait, man. May's fine. It's just the offense pooped, but they do need some wide receiver help, absolutely. And I would not be surprised if Surratt ends up there. He's a nice slot receiver. But yeah. I just went ahead and I just took Pons. I think he's a great cornerback. And he shut the crap down from everyone he covered, man. He's a stud. And he even did okay against Ohio State, against 2 NFL wide receivers. I mean, he held his own.
Yeah.
He did. All right. He played big.
The last pick... the Seahawks. For a team that comes out of the Super Bowl, I am usually like, hey, your team is really good. So any pick that you have right here, you take best available. Now for them, they did lose Kenneth Walker. I don't know. I'm not a big Charbonnet fan, especially as your lead guy. There's not a lot of running backs that are coming up. If you go Katron Allen, if you go the other Jadarian Price, like it's reaches. But if you really wanted, because you're Super Bowl champ, add some running back depth you can. Receivers the rest of the way. Like, I really like Zachariah Branch. I really like Surratt. You know, you've talked about Surratt many, many times. But again, those guys are just reaches. I think they're better than some of these guys that are above them. And so because all those is a reach, you go best available player. And for a defensive line, a defense that was so nasty in that second half of the season, the playoffs against the Super Bowl runner-up, the AFC champion New England Patriots, when you have a chance to add Peter Woods to your loaded defensive line as is, you go best player available, you take him there. And again, like I said earlier, when you add a great edge rusher or a great nose right in the middle, just clog up dudes. You can't double team your edge guys anymore. It works out. It makes everybody much, much better around you.
Prior to this season, Peter Woods was looked at as a top 5, top 8 pick.
Correct.
But again, whatever happened with Clemson, we could talk about that again. Man. But this guy is highly sought after. His production did not match his talent. But Seattle, what a culture to go to. If you're ever going to thrive, I mean, I would say Seattle, they're going to bring the best out of you, especially with those veteran players. And that would be a very interesting pick. I like it. The easy thing there would have been to do running back. The easy thing would be like, well, let's just do running backs. They lost Kenneth Walker. I don't always like that.
Yeah, there's trade up. Like, I mean, there's gonna be guys in that second round. If you love one of them, trade up. Take the best available right there at the moment, and load up on that running back spot afterwards.
Right, and I agree with you on that. You take the best one available. I think wide receiver wise, do not be surprised if Seattle doesn't eventually try and pick up Denzel Boston from the University of Washington. That dude's 6'4", and he caused Ohio State. You know, they had a hard time. So I would. That's my dark horse in this is Denzel Boston from Washington. Man, that guy. That's a tall 6'4", and he's fast. He's a stud. So maybe not that pick, but don't be surprised if you hear his name early.
That would be scary, and Sam Bradford, yeah, they'd be Sam Darnold will be very happy, and
right, and he's a local guy.
Take the pressure off him. That'd be
right, and he's a local guy.
Really thank you guys. Yeah, good job.
I just got a text saying I was too loud. I just got my first "you're too loud" text. Like our very first time doing this podcast, you got yelled at by your wife.
Is it a podcast if you don't? Is it a podcast if you don't?
That's correct. All right. So that was our first round. We went through the whole first round. I think that there was some good picks, good discussion, good breakdown of these people. Before we end this, Scott always comes up with some silly question that is non-sports related. We call it CamDog Conversations.
Can I ask a question? Who's going to have more first round picks, the Hurricanes or the Buckeyes?
The Buckeyes.
Now the Hurricanes might have more overall, but we're going with the Buckeyes.
I know. I think it's the Buckeyes too, but Hurricanes have a lot too. So we'll see. There's a lot of line play. Okay. You know, listen, sometimes I like weird flavored pop. I have people in my family that love Vernors. That's because they're mentally ill. But, you know, I like Big Red. I like Big Red Pop. You know, it's just a good. I like Barks Red Cream Soda. I just like that kind of stuff. But what's the best and the worst flavor pop or beverage, non-alcoholic? Best and the worst. I know you're gonna. I know how you're gonna say it, but what's the best and the worst flavor pop? Go ahead.
Well, you know that around here.
Beverage.
Yeah, you know around here that we should be sponsored by Dr. Pepper. We should be the official podcast of Dr. Pepper because I drink one every single Monday night on here or a cup of water. I love Dr. Pepper. Nothing greater for the soul than Dr. Pepper. So that is the best. There's no you can't go any other variation of it that will top a regular Dr. Pepper. So that's the easy answer. The worst. I'm going to have to go anything poppy-wise. This goes back to our prebiotic soda thing. You know my wife drinks her prebiotic sodas, and I can't stand them. And so I'm gonna just go pop-wise. I'm going to go poppy because I think they're disgusting. If you gave me said I had to choose an actual pop an actual pop. I might go Big Red. I'm not a big fan of Big Red. I can't do it.
What? What's wrong with it? Listen, I feel like this is like Talladega Nights, where it's like,
you don't drink
you don't
Big
like
Red,
Big
then...
Red. Don't say the rest. Don't say the rest. It's PG. It's rated PG.
Yep.
Mikey, what about you?
I don't drink a lot of pop. About 2 times a year, I crave a nice Coca-Cola, and especially from McDonald's Coca-Cola. I feel like they've something with the syrup. It's just different. It's good. And probably my least favorite, which I used to like as a kid, I just don't really like root beer anymore. I don't like it. I don't. Yeah.
Beer.
But Dr. Pepper is one of my favorites too, though. I do like some Dr. Pepper, but I just don't drink a lot of pop. But
what's wrong with root beer? What's wrong with root beer?
It's just too syrupy. I feel like it just did that. I don't know. Every time I see it, I just think it's just too much sugar, too much. I don't know. It just don't.
You're not drinking pancakes. Like what do you mean it's too syrupy?
You know the syrup we're gonna make here.
I love root beer. I love cream soda. Those two are great combos.
Listen, you cannot beat the classic Mountain Dew. I just love Mountain Dew. If I could inject if I could inject Mountain Dew into my veins, I would probably do it, and I'd be an addict. But I love Mountain Dew.
Regular Mountain Dew is great. What's your favorite flavor of Mountain Dew?
Tell you what. What the kids are saying, this slaps, yo, is the purple Mountain Dew from Taco Bell. Like the grape flavored, or I don't know what it is. It's addictive. It's not passion fruit. That's the dumbest. It's.
I'm telling you, the purple Baja Blast from Taco Bell is a passion fruit Baja Blast.
Then fine. Then I'm full of passion and I'm full of fruit, but it's delicious. Okay.
Code Red. Code Red is my favorite.
The worst drink, the worst carbonated beverage, and it's not even close. You might say is it Verner's where it's like vinegar water? No. It's Canada Dry. Who in their right mind wants to drink Canada Dry?
Yeah. You're right. You changed you persuade me. That's worse than Big Red. Ginger ale is worse than Big Red, especially.
Awful.
Yeah. Yep.
Canada Dry. Canada.
All right.
Oh, I don't even like Canada. Much as dry.
Anything else? All right.
I got one last draft question. Do you guys see Tyson going in the first round or not?
Huh? I really think that the Browns or somebody's going to take the swing on him. The Browns are the easy, hey, laugh at them and do it. But a team, Lamar Jackson wasn't projected to go the first round, and the Ravens at 32 went up and drafted him. If a team really believes him, and I think somebody will, Ty Simpson goes in the first round.
You know, he was offered I heard on the radio, it was like $6 million to go to Miami or something like that, and he turned it down. And he met with John Gruden, I think it was, and they're like, I heard on The Fan today, and I guess they're like, what do you want to do? Do you want to play college football or do you want to play pro? And he's like, I want to play in the pros. It's like, all right, well, go get smacked around. I don't know. For less money. I got to give the guy credit. He's chasing a dream rather than money. Good for him. Yep. Let him live.
I think
we do the same thing every day as teachers.
The perfect spot he could land, but it's not going to happen, would be the Rams. You know, he could learn a year or two behind Stafford. But the Rams are in win now. They're right at the door of the Super Bowl. They're not going to do it. He's got to watch where he ends up. He goes to New York or Cleveland. That's his career. I think he made a mistake coming out too early.
Yeah, but there's just so much talent next year.
Next year's draft is loaded. Yeah, he's in almost a lose-lose.
I can't wait to next year's draft.
No, I can't wait.
Oh.
Can't wait. It'd take us 3 days to do a whole podcast over it.
Like Bart Scott used to say, "Can't wait."
Yeah. All right. Before we end this, Mike, we have a special saying we say around here. Jamal Williams on Hard Knocks a few years ago, opening episode, gave a very fiery speech at the end, and he said, my favorite quote of all time: "If you're gonna piss like a puppy, stay on the porch." That's how we end this every week. So Jamal, hit it.
Because if you go piss like a puppy, stay on the porch and let the big dogs eat.